Welcome back, everybody. My name is BluJay, and we are back once again at the Reverb Outpost. And today we are going to get started by gathering up a few supplies. I've already got some stuff in the inventory that I've been working on behind the scenes, but I got to get a few more materials. I want to let you guys know what we're working on today. We're working on the snow farm. That's right, we talked about this a few episodes ago. We talked about it in the last episode. It's one of the things that I've really wanted to do that I've waited far too long to get accomplished in this series because we've done a ton of stuff with snow already. And it's time. It's time that we get a consistent source of snow so we don't have to keep breaking shovels and spending time, doing all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to gather up my redstone materials, and then we'll get going with our build, and I'll show you what we're going to be working on today. It is a design that was created by one of my patrons, so it is my honor and privilege to be able to share that with you guys. It's really exciting to be able to do that. So I'm not sure how much of the redstone work I'm actually going to do on camera, but maybe I'll bring back blueprints or something and make a blueprints episode on it. Or who knows, maybe that Red Fox 33, he does do some YouTube videos once in a while. Maybe he'll make a tutorial himself on it, and I'll link that to you as well, if he decides to do that. Not sure, no plans on either part, but who knows, we'll see what comes in the future. So let me finish this up, and then we'll get going with the project. All right, we're back here in the Science Center, running through our Rift portal, and this area right here at the very back, we're going to take up one of the largest chunks of the room for the snow farm right off the bat. I was kind of wondering if I was going to keep this space for like another door, but I think we're good with just the one entrance on the other side of the room. For the moment, and I've got the hallway that runs down to the subscriber barracks wing on the side of the room, and maybe we'll add one more entrance exit area somewhere else in the room as we go. Not exactly sure yet how we're going to get in and out, except for the two places we've already got. So this area right here is going to be taken up entirely by the snow farm. Just the redstone circuitry alone is probably about 9 blocks wide, depending on how I end up shaping it up. I'm going to do mostly 100% copy for copy of Red Fox's design for this, but there might be some things that I modify here and there, depending on space and depending on, application and all of that. So I'm going to have to take a look at it. I've not actually built this yet in a testing world. The one that I showed off in that video a couple of videos ago, that was built directly from that Red Fox on our Patreon realm, and I just downloaded it and showed it off in a creative setting. So I've not actually built this yet. This guy's been hanging out here for a while. You've overstayed your welcome, buddy. Be gone with you. I went ahead and put a few placeholder blocks down just to get us started, and we're going to take them out now that we are ready to start building. So dropper right there, and a dropper where we took the other block out right there. There we go. And these will basically be the very end of the system, where the snowballs will fire out. We'll need a comparator on both of them. This is so that we can craft snowballs into snow blocks as the farm is still running. And what we're doing right now is we're just hooking up a basic... I need a repeater. There we go. We're just hooking up a basic redstone comparator clock. So anytime... I've got to focus here for a second. Let's carve this out. Anytime a snowball drops into our dropper from the system, it will automatically fire out of the dropper there, so that we can start crafting up our snow blocks, which is really cool. And I'm building this based off of a picture right now, and I feel like it's not quite right. I'm gonna keep going with it because I think this is where you go next. Redstone here. It shouldn't be on, though. Or should it? Yeah, it should be on. But this is where the block needs to go, because the power comes into this block right there. Oh, we don't need two. We just need one. And then the repeater goes there. What did we do wrong? Oh, torch goes there. Doesn't go on the back. or on the side, rather. It goes on the back, just like that. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so again, have not built this just yet. There we go, there we go. That is the completed hopper clock, or not hopper clock, redstone comparator clock that will tick this this dropper on and off, shooting out the snowballs, dropping them into our inventory. Very important that you use droppers and not dispensers, because if you use a dispenser, then it's just going to pelt you with snowballs and it won't actually put them into your inventory. So use droppers, not dispensers. Let me keep wiring this up and then I'll show you what we've got in just a few moments when we've got a little bit more progress on the redstone end done, because I do want to focus. I don't want to build this wrong and then have to fix it off camera anyway. So we're going to work on this for a minute and I'll be right back with you. Just a little progress update for you. We got pretty much all of the collection and crafting end of the machine done. We added this little circuit back here. This was not part of the original design, but I did add it for this reason right here. If we throw in some items into this chest, the way that this is wired up, let's grab the concrete. There we go. All of this concrete should funnel into the left chest because the hopper that goes into the droppers is locked right now. So if we flip this switch just like that, as intended, it should go straight into the droppers, and then that little clock there will fire those items out. And that's working exactly how we want it to. So we've got some extra storage if we need it for the time being, and we've got the crafting area. Perfect. All right, next little bit of redstone is done. We've got our first chamber where the snowmen will go, and I want to show you how this works. I didn't show you how to build it just because I wanted to focus, and once again, if I need to, I might end up doing a blueprints episode on this, but check it out. If we take this redstone torch out, there we go. We'll turn around, and those pistons are lowered. Let's grab another torch real quick, and we will throw it back down there. And if we light it back up, it will activate the repeaters, and as you saw, the sticky piston went up first. That's where the snowmen will rest, and then the two side pistons went up second, and basically those are holding back the water that we're going to add in here in just a second. And when the water comes through, it will wipe away the snow that the snowmen planted first, and it will collect it into the hoppers and so on and so forth. Really ingenious design. I'm very impressed with Fox for coming up with this. This is pretty cool. I haven't seen very many snow farm designs. I've seen a couple where they use pistons to push the snowmen back and forth, and that's how they collect snow, because when they're sliding back and forth, somehow it breaks the snow block underneath them that they placed when they walked over that surface, and then as it goes back and forth, it like recollects snow. And it's a more compact design, I'll admit. This is a much larger design than some of the ones that I've seen, but I'm not really super concerned about that. We got a lot of space, and I kind of like the idea of building a bigger contraption because there's more redstone to see. And as you can see, we are using a lot of stained glass because I want this to be mostly see-through. I want to be able to see. Let's place something down. Is that water gonna come through there? I just want to make sure it's not gonna, when you're working with water and redstone, I just want to make sure it's not going to flow down onto the floor and break all of our circuitry. Let's go ahead and put that fence right there. We're gonna need that anyways. I might have to move it to get the snowmen in. Oh, no. Oh, failure. Okay, we'll place our water down. There you go. Look, it's not even moving. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta go fix that. And there you have it. We've got our water in place in the first module. Check it out. We'll drop this redstone torch right there, and the piston comes up and traps that water back. So that gives the snowman an opportunity to place some snow on those hoppers, and then once the piston drops, the water will collect it all and drop it into our hoppers and into our storage and crafting area. Perfect. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And now for the fun part. We're going to go ahead and throw a snowman right there. Oh. Oh, boy. See, this is why you need to have those pistons retracted. Or extended. Extended! They are retracted right now. We need them extended to block the water, but we're going to go ahead and just take the water out for now. Oh, now I only have 3 pumpkins. I'm going to have to go get some more. I plan to have around 4 snowmen in each chamber. We're going to have 2 chambers. One more will be built on top of this one as soon as we get this one perfected. And there we go. We've got another snowman in the chamber, and he's safe and sound. No water around to, you know, take him out or anything like that. Let's go ahead and place down another snowman. We're going to have to dig the roof out a little bit to give ourselves some space. And he should, theoretically, just drop right on down in there. Perfect. Now we've got 2 snowmen in place, ready to place down our layered snow. We've got 3, and then I need to go grab some more pumpkins. So let me do that. We'll get this finished up, and I'll be right back. All of our snowmen are in place, and I've got a fence here with a little piston on the top of it. And we're going to just push this little fence right down in place and divide those snowmen up. It should push them to the sides. And you can see there's already snow on the hoppers there, which is really cool. And I'm not... Oh. No, there's not. I thought I saw snow. It was just the stained glass. Huh. Maybe we're going to have to activate this one time to separate them, because they're supposed to be separated. They're supposed to be pushed to the sides of the block there. Let's go ahead and throw this lever down and activate it. Did it work? I don't know. Oh, there they go, there they go. And you see the snow layers are on the hoppers. Perfect, that's exactly what we want. Ah, so far this is a working system. Let's go ahead and throw our water down and check it out. Yep. That's exactly what we want to happen. It pushed those snowballs off, or layered snow pieces off and into the hoppers, and we should have snow collected now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's working. It's working! And now we've got a little input switch here. So we can go back here. We've got a little repeater clock, a redstone torch repeater clock, and it basically will turn the system on and off, and it will activate and deactivate these pistons really quickly. Well, actually not like super crazy fast, but timed well enough that it will allow snow to come in. And as you can see, we've already got a pretty decent amount in the chest there, so check it out. Look at those snowmen bouncing up and down. So basically, the way that this is timed, the sticky piston with the snowmen will alternate with the regular pistons where the water is. Just look at that snow flowing in there. And that's only with one module. We're going to have 2 of these. So it's going to be a pretty consistent flow the entire time. That's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, those pistons basically alternate. It allows the snowmen to place the snow, and then the water washes it away. That little question mark, that's just super annoying. I don't know why I always hit that button. All right, I'm going to throw some of this out of my inventory for the moment so we can go test out this little crafting station, and that should be good. Let's go over here. We'll flip the switch, and there we go. There it is. You see the snowballs coming out into the inventory, and we can just push on the little snow block button and start crafting up our snow blocks, which we're going to need a ton of them to finish up this base. And, you know, we got a lot of snow builds left to do. So this is going to be a very, very, very good system for us to have in place. I'm so glad we're building this today. And this is what the flow looks like with 2 modules. Look at this. It's just a steady flow. There is no stopping. It's not pausing at all. Just snowballs flying into the chests. This thing is going to fill up in no time. This is going to be way, 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 way more than enough snow than we're ever going to need. Look at that. 2 modules of snowmen, snow golems, just bouncing up and down, and we can just craft away. Now, I wish this little dropper system was a little faster, because at the rate that I do craft these things up, it does run out pretty quickly, and I gotta wait for my inventory to fill back up with snowballs. I'm not sure if there's a way around that, if we can make it faster, but you know, it's a trade-off. I'm pretty happy with the system. I really wouldn't change anything about this system aside from maybe trying to make this little dropper clock thing go a little bit faster. Again, I don't know if that's possible or not. Some of you redstone geniuses are going to have to tell me in the comment section below, and I'd love to hear your feedback on that. But other than that, this is a pretty solid working system. We've got so much snow, I can just do this all day long, and it doesn't even bother me because we're not wasting snowballs. We got infinite supplies. So good. What is your favorite Jedi and why? Mine is Kit Fisto because of his amazing smile. From Noob Power. Thought we could answer a little bit of a fun question today while we're doing a little bit of digging and concrete block placing, because now we are done with the actual redstone contraption and we're going to place in all of the aesthetic blocks. We're going to get this project completely finished today. I know we've been doing a little bit of a slow pace for a little while, but my goal is to finish this entire project before the end of this episode. It's a pretty big project, but we're going to get it done. So let's answer this question. Who is my favorite Jedi? That's a hard question because there's a lot of different eras of Star Wars and a lot of cool Jedi from each era. If we're going to go with the prequel era, I'm a pretty big fan of young Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's just pretty cool. I really like his character. I think Ewan McGregor did a fantastic job portraying that character, and I hope they bring him back. There were rumors for a while of an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie featuring him, and I would love to see that. If we're going to talk about original trilogy, there weren't really a ton of Jedi because they were all hunted down in the prequel, and there was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and there was Yoda, and there was Luke Skywalker, and that's pretty much it. You got Darth Vader. He's not a Jedi anymore. But, I don't know, Yoda or Luke Skywalker, since I already picked Obi-Wan Kenobi from the prequel series, and then in the sequel series that's coming out right now, Rey is pretty cool. And we'll have to see if they introduce any more Jedi from here on out. Episode 9 is like the last movie in the Skywalker saga, so that's coming to a close. Yeah, so that's kind of my answer. For any of you Star Wars fans out there, who is your favorite Jedi from each era of Star Wars? I'd love to know too. All right, a little bit more work to do on the aesthetic design of this build. And while we're doing this, something I wanted to chat with you guys about. The last episode that we released was the World Tour and Download Day. And it got a lot of really good response, and we had a pretty interesting conversation in that video about the future of this series, and it sparked a lot of conversation, a lot of comments about basically the future of single-player Let's Play on my channel, and I've talked for a long time about expanding in this world, which is still the plan, and I don't know exactly how close to finishing this particular series we are, but from the sounds of it, a lot of you guys are ready to move on. And to the point that I even posted a poll on Twitter, and at the point that I'm recording this, it's a pretty large majority, like 2/3 that have voted so far have said, yes, move on to something new. And the stipulation that I put on that was that we would come back and finish this build, like this base, at some point during the next series, and let me explain what that's going to look like. So this series is called Reverb Outpost because we only focused on this particular base. The next season, quote unquote, if we're even going to call it a season, it's just going to be a continuation. We're going to continue to build in this world, but it's going to be in a new location, and I'm not even going to name the series at that point after the base that we're going to build and the location that we're going to build, because I don't want to lock myself in like I have here to a set number of episodes, a set amount of time before we're allowed to move on. I mean, we're allowed to move on anytime we want, but I don't want to lock us in by naming the series after a particular base area, so that at any point during the series, we can move to a new location and take a break from the current build that we're working on. So that's kind of what I want to do in the near future, is make that jump, rename the series, and right now, let me know what you guys think of this. I'm thinking of calling the series / this world The Expanse for a multiple of reasons. Because we continue to expand into the world and build more awesome stuff. We continue to expand our horizons of exploring. We find new things. We find new biomes. We find, like when the Update Aquatic came out, we found a coral reef and all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the idea, calling the series The Expanse. And so then we're not locked down to any kind of base. We can build whenever, wherever. and, you know, you guys can contribute to the conversation about when and where to do that. The last part of this build that we have to take care of is buttoning it up with some stained glass so we can block it all off. And I know that I'm blocking off the chests right now. We will carve out a few little entrances here, but I want the whole thing to be made out of stained glass so that you can see the entire redstone contraption. I know most of the time we try to hide our redstone circuitry, but this is the point of the Science Center, for everybody to be able to see what's going on behind the scenes, all of the experiments, all of the tests, all of the machines, all of that kind of stuff. Really, really, really like that idea. So picking up on this conversation that we were having a few minutes ago, next season, if you want to call it that, I'm thinking that's going to be coming relatively soon. I'm not talking within the next couple of episodes of Reverb Outpost because a season like this takes time to plan. I've already got a really cool idea that I was actually talking about with my wife today, and she gave me this really, really awesome theme build idea for the next base. But that is going to take a little bit of creative testing world building to make sure that that is going to work out. And I don't really want to explain why yet because I don't want to give away the theme just yet. So be looking out for that. I might make another trailer video like I did for this series once I've got something put together in the creative testing world. But yeah, the gears are already turning. I've got an idea. I've got plans for the next build. We are probably going to move on to a new place before this one is finished. But fear not, I will complete the projects that we have started here. We will button it up nicely, and we'll leave room for expansion down the road because, once again, we're going to have a world that is always open to new possibilities. We're not going to lock ourselves into one location. That's going to be the point of my single-player Let's Play, is to be able to expand and do stuff throughout the entire world. So, be looking out for news, trailers, that kind of stuff pertaining to the future of single-player content on this channel. It's coming. The time is coming soon. I don't know when just yet, but we're getting there. So, fear not, once again, this world, this base in particular, we are not abandoning it. We are not going to leave it unfinished. We may just take a little bit of a break for, you know, an indefinite amount of time to start working on a new project to keep you guys excited and interested in the content that's being produced on this channel. If the Twitter poll is any indication of that, a lot of you guys are ready for something new. So, be looking out for that kind of stuff coming real soon. And today we've got a brand new subscriber barracks on down the hallway that we have already completed, minus the left side there where the door is, and the winning color is red. We've got the Red Squadron. A lot of you guys suggested this, and I've got a huge amount of poppies from the Iron Farm. And today we're going to add Michael, and let me spell this, Haczyn, not you, J. Haczynski? Michael Haczynski? I don't know if I said that right, but welcome to the Red Squadron. Welcome to the subscriber barracks. I hope you enjoy your stay. You are the first member of the Red Squadron. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time that I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed this build. And I know we didn't go into a whole lot of the redstone aspect of it. Maybe I'll put out a blueprints episode. Maybe we'll be able to talk Red Fox into making one, and I'll let you know if that happens. And speaking of, we haven't named this yet. I'm thinking something like the Snow Fox. What do you guys think? The Snow Fox. It's a snow machine made by Red Fox. I think that's a pretty good name, pretty fitting name for this contraption. And last but not least, I know we've mentioned this a lot recently, but let me know once again what you think in the comment section about moving on to a new location in the relatively near future. And I hope to be able to share what my plans are sometime really, really soon. But for now, my name is BluJay, and I've got to fly on out of here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.